All right, today we're going to dive into something really cool, how you can create some absolutely incredible videos using nothing but the power of AI. And to show you exactly what I mean, let's just jump right in with an example. The year is 1941. World War II was at its peak, and Hitler took a step that pushed his army into hell. June 22nd, 1941, Hitler's order, attack Russia. But this attack wasn't just a battle. It was the doorway to destruction. Bitter cold, snow-covered fields, and German soldiers, without woolen caps, without gloves, without warm overcoats, were thrust into the freezing winds of death. No food, no warm clothes, and the biggest mistake, no experience with winter. Starving, shivering in the cold. Pretty powerful, right? Now, what if I told you that everything you just saw and heard, that whole story, that voice, every single visual, was generated completely by AI? That's exactly what we're going to break down today. How on earth is this even possible? Okay, so let's get into it. We are right in the middle of a massive revolution for creators, and the engine driving this whole thing is a technology you've probably heard a lot about, generative AI. So what is generative AI really? Well, to put it simply, it's an AI system that can create brand new, totally unique content. We're talking text, images, audio, even video, all from simple commands that you give it. Honestly, the best way to think about it isn't as a machine, but more like a creative partner that's there to help you bring your ideas to life. Now, think of it like this. Just like any craft, you need the right set of tools for the job. You wouldn't use a screwdriver to hammer a nail, right? Well, the same idea applies here. To do this right, you need a whole toolbox for all the different parts of the process. And here's the key. Different tools are built for different things. If you want to write a killer script, you'll probably turn to something like ChatGPT. For those incredible visuals, you've got image generators like Meta AI or Midjourney. And for a voiceover that sounds human, there are specific AI voice tools for that. Each one has its own special role to play. All right, here we go. This is the part you've been waiting for. We are going to walk through the exact workflow, step by step, showing you how to go from just a simple idea to a fully finished video, just like the one you saw at the very beginning. It all really boils down to these 5 simple steps. First, you start with an idea and some basic text. Second, you use AI to transform that text into a powerful script. Third, you generate the voiceover. Fourth, you create all your visuals. And finally, step 5, you bring it all together in an editor. So let's break each one down. Okay, so steps 1 and 2. This is where the storytelling magic really starts to happen. You know, the source for that intro we saw was just a basic, straightforward article from a news website. The real goal here is to take those dry facts and use an AI to pump in emotion, drama, and a real story. Now check this out. This is what's so cool. Look at the before text on the left. It's from the original article, super factual, kind of dry, but then look at the after script on the right. The AI took those exact same facts and wove them into a story. It goes from just being information to being a narrative. And that right there is the secret to making something people actually want to watch. And you know how we got that amazing script? With this ridiculously simple command. We just told ChatGPT, hey, I need to make an AI voice for this text, so turn it into a fantastic script with emotion and drama. This is so important because it shows you don't need to be a coding genius. You just need to ask clearly for what you want. All right, so you've got this killer script. What's next? Well, now you need a powerful voice to bring it to life. And for this, there are tons of free AI voice tools online. And honestly, they are so easy to use, and the quality you can get is, well, it's pretty mind-blowing. So for that intro, the settings looked something like this. We picked a male voice, set the style to professional, and that was pretty much it. A lot of these tools are totally free, and you don't even have to sign up. You just paste your script, pick a voice, click a button, and download the audio. Yeah, it's literally that simple. Okay, our script is ready, our voiceover is recorded. Now it's time to actually build the world for our story. And this is a really clever part of the process. Instead of just staring at a blank screen trying to come up with visual ideas, we're going to go right back to our buddy, ChatGPT, to help us out. We give it another super simple command. I need AI photos for this, which I'll turn into a video later. Write me prompts for 10 images. Think about what we're doing here. We're using one AI to write the instructions for another AI. It's a fantastic shortcut that helps you brainstorm amazing visuals without getting stuck. So once we have those prompts from ChatGPT, We just copy and paste them into a tool like Meta AI, and the workflow from there is a total breeze. You paste the prompt, it generates 4 different photos, you pick the one you like, and then you click a single button that says Animate. And boom, your still image becomes a short video clip. You download it, and you're on to the next one. And now for the final step, putting all the pieces together. You take your AI voiceover, all those animated video clips you made, maybe add some background music, and you just drop them all into a video editor. This can be anything, a free app on your phone like CapCut or something more pro like DaVinci Resolve. You just line up the visuals with the voice, and just like that, your story comes to life.
So, we've seen the how-to. We know it's fast, it's accessible, and it's incredibly powerful. But what does this all actually mean for you, for creators? Why does any of this matter? Well, it really boils down to 3 massive game changers. First, this bar on the left, that's time. You save a ton of time. Second, your productivity can just go through the roof. And third, you can slash the costs of making really high-quality content. This just shatters the barriers for anyone who has a story to tell but doesn't have a giant studio budget.
And that brings us to the big one, right? The most practical question of them all, the one everybody asks. Can you actually make money from this stuff? Can you monetize AI-generated videos on a platform like YouTube? The short answer is yes, absolutely. But, and this is important, there are a couple of ground rules. First, the AI voice has to sound human, not like a robot. And second, you have to add your own personal touch, your unique editing, your storytelling, your vision. The truth is, platforms like YouTube are actually building their own AI tools, so as long as you're adding that human value, monetization is definitely possible. And that really is the most important thing to take away from all of this. AI is not here to replace your creativity. It's a tool, a seriously powerful tool designed to amplify your creativity. It does the heavy lifting so you can focus on what truly matters, the idea and the story that only you can tell.
This technology basically puts a full-blown production studio right at your fingertips. The tools are here, they're easy to get, and they're just getting better every single day, which really only leaves one final question for you. So, what will your next story be?